This is what Jesus is saying about the church. Is Jesus saying that about us? I seen your hard work. Some of us go to work. We don't know it is a blessing to have a hard job. You're going to find out before this thing is over. It's a blessing to work wherever you work. You ought to give a hard day's work when you go, because whatever you get is sustaining you. And you ought to think, you ought to pray for the folk at work. If you don't like them, pray for them. Pray for them and sit on God change them. Pray for them. If it's putting money in your pocket, you ought to give God glory. You ought to bless the grounds before you go in there. Lord, I hope this place is standing tomorrow when I get ready to come to work. You ought not be worried about Monday. If Sunday is your first day of the week, you don't have to worry about Monday. Learn to love where you work. Learn to love. It's all we got now. Somebody else get that job, and you're going to be wishing you can go out there. They see you out there walking around while you out there. We ain't paying you. Patience. You know what patience is? It's like waiting on those children while they're getting lined up. Yes. Just wait. Patience. Waiting on development. Patience. Waiting on a preacher to go to seminary. Patience. Waiting on him to understand whatever he needs to understand. Patience. Waiting. Endurance. People talking about you. But it's still, word and worship is going to be one of the brightest lights in the community. Patient. Staying there with it. Staying with it when other people are trying to forget it and trying to cast it out. Patience and endurance. That's a church to have. A church that is full of patience. And if it'll wait on itself, you wait on it, it will wait on you. You need a church like that. A church that is developing patience. Is that enough? That was enough to be said about a church. What else it says? Not only are they patient.
I know you don't tolerate evil people. You have examined.
No way. I know you don't tolerate what kind of folk? Evil. Now we got to watch that. You see evil, you got to call evil. Yes. There's some people, that's what their name ought to be. Evil. Come here, evil. We watch, we see what you're doing. We see how you're trying to tear up stuff. Don't tolerate evil people. Yes. You don't have to be nice to people who are evil. Amen. You don't have to be nice to people who sit in the church, talk about other folk. Amen. You don't have to be nice to folk like that. You put evil in its place. And it has no place. You don't tolerate. The reason we're saying that, there were a lot of people trying to be like the other religions to get along. You know, we can't do things because they're pretty, even though you want to beautify the church. You have to do things because they're right. Talked to a good friend the other night, we were talking about the choir. Even with the choir, we can't do what they sing out there just because it sounds good on the radio. It has to be right about what we believe.